will never fall. Samantha's the voice, she's lighting the spark. Justice junkies, together we'll make our mark. Reacting to the stories we're never torn, fighting for the truth. A new day is born. Welcome to the fight, we're taking a stand. Justice junkies, stronger hand in hand. Reacting to the world, it's a brand new game. Samantha leads the charge, remember the name.
Hello, 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 my lovelies, and what are we doing today? Today, we are doing, by request, as always, we are doing REN 7 deadly sins? 7 sins. Forgive me. We're doing REN 7 sins. Super excited. Super excited. You know what else I'm excited about? Can I tell y'all a secret? Don't tell my daughter. I ordered myself some slime. Oh my gosh, guys, it's Fruity Pebbles slime. You have no idea how much I've been playing with this. It's awesome. It's so awesome. I'm such a 4-year-old. Okay. Anyways, I just had to share that with you. Don't tell my daughter. Not yet. She's not getting it yet. Okay. Sweet. Had to share that. I don't know why. All right, guys. Let's go over our members quickly. You know what I mean? Because we love our members. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Okay. 9 of you. And here we go. Paul, Bjorn, Pleb with the Mustache, Tim and Michaela, Tim S, Michael C, Coffee with Kyle, Christelle S, Tara Norway, and Injectillo 44. I love you guys. Y'all are amazing. And just remember that 82% of you that are looking at my face are not subscribed. So please, if you enjoy this video, please remember to like, comment, subscribe, and get that algorithm up. Let YouTube know that you like it. And a whole bunch of other people could like it too. Because I could use as many subscribers, as many friends to love on as I could possibly handle, and I can handle a lot, okay? All right, everybody. With all that out the way, y'all excited? Because I know I am. Okay, REN 7 sins. Let's go.
Zal uw gilden afrouwen, het ooroven wen, maar de nest kind teimlon hen, an ma heel gor werft gorfren.
Okay.
I lay broken on the kitchen floor. I clawed at the laminate. Pain wandered my body, an uninvited guest. Bones of a home where the devil could rest. I cursed the gods, cursed my messiah, cursed my maker. I cursed all of creation. There I lay, feeble and thin. Sick boy, 7 my sin. Have you ever felt pain? Stomach wrenching, unrelenting. Tell me, have you ever felt pain? Condescending, muscles clenching. Tell me, have you ever felt pain? A rose emerges from the pavement cracks. They'll write my eulogy with broken glass. Eternal parallax.
Pain.
Pain the author, I accept this. Pain the teacher, bruised apprentice. Pain resisting, pain will come. Pain the mother, I'm the son. Pain that splits you, and too many hits you. The dark and the light will converge to one. Pain that twists you, the heavens dismiss you. The Father, the Ghost, and the Holy Son. Body bagging me. Zip it up quick, get their things on beat. I search for peace in the belly of a beast. Sick boy, onomatopoeia. Running up a fever, following a leader. Wanna be me, huh? Grass isn't greener. Bright lights, he's your dynamite dealer. Dine at the table of the coroner, E-top fuck. 13 years and I've been feeling so stuck. Lucky number 13, just my luck. Empires tumble, rubble and dust. The universe shrinks and the planets combust. In God we trust. God tied a noose to his neck and he walked to the edge and he jumped. Angels wept, I bear witness, watching the whole thing unfold from my bed. A bed where I never deep rest, a bed where I'm always depressed. A bed with the human oppressed, a bed for a tomb where I slept. A bed in a room that's a womb for this mess. boy, tell me how it feels to be buried while you breathe. Stones and sticks, boy, pain is a gift, boy. Hard to make a stand when you crawl on your knees. And I kneel at the altar of my own disease, and I beg this guy for mercy. Mercy never came, life did me dirty. 33 and hurting, cursing Jesus died at 33, and still my sins are lurking. Gears are turning, future stays uncertain. Surgeon incision, murder ambition. Fear of the unknown preserves a religion. Denounced the gods when my body went missing. Back then, the pain spray ricochet like a Mac 10. Hot lead hit the bed that was trapped in. Red wings, seraphim out of God's grace. Cried tears from heaven like Clapton. Stick pins in the voodoo Hendrix. Stick skin, stay humble Kendrick. Stay skeptic, check the biometrics. Bloodstained crime scene forensic. Lights on, lights out, fade into the background. So down, running from the silhouette of self-doubt. By now, really should have figured this shit out. Lights on, lights out, smackdown. Let it be, quote John Lennon. Click-clack, John got shot for attention. What does that tell you about the good of intentions? Bitterness formed in a storm of aggression. Prophets get dropped, imagining heaven. Hearted, loose from my hands, I'm all dead. 6-6 followed by 6 and 7. Build and praise and bury them dead. I was born to be half a man with half a chance. My heart isn't half righteous, half is down and half a gram. Half those troubles and thoughts stay darker than Urukai master plan. Sharper than glass shards, splinter and cinnamon. Irony could kill a man. Pain makes money when the music lands. Expand, pay me my cheese, rain down parmesan. Followed by 7 whole sins for a self-made Armageddon. Sin 1, pride makes a man kill a man for his ego to survive. Sin 2, lust makes the grass look greener, crucifies trust. Sin 3, gluttony, humans consume and consume. Planet Earth gets a frontal lobotomy. 4, sloth, rinse and repeat, reruns, repeat, time lost. Sin 5, envy, that's when one man's win is another man's frenzy. Sin 6, wrath, rage, vengeance, killers, psychopath. Sin 7, greed plants a seed that will destroy us all if we succumb to greed. If we take what we need and take more than we need, then our oceans will bleed. Still we feed and we feed and we sleep and repeat. Then we exile the shepherds and follow the sheep. We inherit the meat, we inherit this world that we bruise and we beat. We inherit this vanity, circles of creeds. Inherit the liars, the murderous thieves. One sin for every one day of the week.
Oh, wow. 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 Gosh. Trying to gather my thoughts. I remember when I was 7 years old, I was at school, right, and my mom pulled me out. She was crying uncontrollably. I was in 1st grade, and she said, "I don't think Daddy's gonna live much longer." And I didn't understand what she meant by that. He was so young. He was in his 30s. And my dad had gotten sick with a fever called an ignomatic fever. And the pressure on his heart, it pumped so hard that my father ended up with a heart that was 3 times the size it should have been because of the pressure from that fever. It just beat more and more and more, and it ripped and ripped and ripped, and all that scar tissue started building up. So he had congestive heart failure. He just collapsed at work one day, right? And I just remember we walked in to the hospital, and my aunt was coming to get me, and because my mom wanted to go straight there, so my aunt was going to come pick me up from the hospital, and I could hear my dad screaming, crying. From down the hall. And he said, I'll never get to see her grow up. I'll never get to see her grow up. Why are you doing this to me, God? I want to watch my baby grow up. And, not again. And my mom stopped me before I got to the door, and, she told me, she was like, baby, let me go in, okay? Your aunt's gonna be here any minute. Daddy's just sad. Well, to save my dad, there was a heart doctor, a cardiologist. His name is Dr. Edwin Whitney in San Antonio. And he saved my dad's life for like 30 years. My dad was given a few months. And Dr. Whitney came in. They were all telling my dad, there's nothing we can do. Like, you plan your funeral. And Dr. Whitney came in and he was like, no, we're going to save this man. There's a new medication called Coreg. And I want to try it on him. I want him to try this medication. It's brand new. My dad was one of the very first guinea pigs for Coreg, right? Okay. So they got him on Coreg and it saved his life. It saved his life for many years, but other things started going wrong, like diabetes. He got pancreatitis because all of his organs were like just not doing well. And I remember to save him, right? He came home and Dr. Whitney told us he had to be on 50 different medications a day, you guys. 50. A bag, a huge bag we had to bring home. And they told my mom and that he probably wasn't going to live with all the medications he had to take. That the medications themselves were probably going to kill him. Because his body had to adjust to them quickly, immediately. So we used to give him medicine in the morning, and I remember I used to have to rub his throat to get him to swallow. And he was a zombie for months, right? We didn't know if he was going to make it or not. When he woke up, I like to say that my dad was a forced addict, because he was. He didn't have a choice. It was either you take all this medicine or you're going to die. But when he woke up, for a few years, he was a monster. For a few years. Because you have to think about it. You know, every single one of those medications has a side effect, you know? And, he was angry about everything. Everything made him mad. I had to be a straight A student. I had to be. There was no maybe. If I brought home a piece of paper with homework on it, a piece of homework with anything below an A on it, even homework, he would get this close to my face. I was like 7. He would get this close to my face and scream for hours in my face. Red, spitting, every vein in his neck was popping out, telling me how terrible I was, how awful of a daughter I was, how I was never going to get anything right, how stupid I was, how I could be the reason that my parents could get divorced. It was, all my fault, and if I wasn't going to take it seriously, he wasn't going to be around to make sure that I was doing right, that I was going to make it, and he didn't know how much longer he had to live, all this stuff, right? But he wasn't like that before the meds. And I used to think, like, I had to go to the counselor a lot, and I used to draw these pictures of Dad's pills. And then I'd draw a picture of a monster for my counselor, Miss Borman. I was really little. And that's all I used to draw, were pictures of his pills and a monster. I used to tell her that my dad was taken over by a monster. He wasn't my dad anymore. I always thought he hated me, like, for so long. And I'm an only child, too. So, all the attention went to me, you know. But I knew it was because of the meds and because he was sick. And he was so young and he was so scared that he wasn't going to make it, you know. And I figured out later that he was just doing that because he was so scared of dying and he wanted to make absolutely sure that I was gonna make it. Like, all my friends, I don't think I ever had a friend that liked my dad, except for my husband, but that was later, you know. It changed him forever for a while. Well, later, they took him off a lot of his medication, and his mood, he started being the dad that I remembered before he got sick. And I don't like talking crap about my dad because I love him so much, and he's gone. But I know what that's like, to watch somebody that was so young. He's so sick all of a sudden. Like, all of a sudden, man. It was like, all of a sudden, Dad was dying. And I never knew how long he was going to live. And at that time, you know, I really internalized it because, I used to think, he's dying, and he doesn't even love me. I can't even get my dying dad to love me. It was rough. It was really rough for many years, and, so I know, what it's like to watch somebody that you love very much get very, very sick and have it's funny because it's just like all the 7 sins came on him, especially wrath. Because I would never know, you know. He would come back and he'd scream at me for hours right in my face. For hours. And then he'd go away, and then he'd come right back, maybe 5 minutes later, and get right back in my face again and start screaming, and then he'd go in the other room again, and then he'd come back, and it was, oh man, it was really crazy. But when they took him off of that medication, because you gotta remember, guys, every one of those medications that he was given that he had to take to live, it was take those or die. And every single one of those, you know, had a side effect. Every single one. And he had to take them multiple times a day. It wasn't even like he took 50 in the morning and that was it. He had to take them throughout the day, like 3 times a day. You have no idea how much medication my dad used to have to take. It was startling. Like, it was startling. Our entire kitchen table used to be completely covered with his medicine. And my mom would sit every single night and divvy them up. Every single night. She'd sit there for hours to divvy them up. You know, and I guess that's what kind of contributed to my drug use, is like, one day, he really went off on me so bad, and called me everything, and I was like 12, and I was crying and crying and crying and crying and crying, and he finally went out the door, slammed the door, and I looked over on his nightstand, and he got in his car and went to the store or something, and I looked over at his nightstand, and there was a pill bottle, and it said, "Take one for pain." And I was in so much pain that I figured nobody's in worse pain than me right now. So I took it, and I remember the rush that just went over my body. It was like something I'd never felt in my life. A calmness, a warmth, a comfort, a fake comfort, a lie straight from the pits of hell. That's my opinion about it. But it was a very convincing lie for many years. That, oh, this will make you feel warm and fuzzy, and all the problems will go away for a while. All those voices about how terrible you are will just subside for a little bit. And anyways, one day they changed his meds, and it took a few months. But I remember my dad calling me, and I was so angry with him at that time. Like, I was just done with him. And he called me begging. He said, "I'm so sorry, Samantha. I love you with everything I am. I am so sorry. I can't believe the things I've done to you. I can't believe the things I've said to you. I can't believe the ways I've treated you, you know?" And I got my dad back. So I know that life can throw us for a freaking loop, man. And all of a sudden, all those things that we never used to do, all of a sudden are in play. Lying, being angry. Well, for me, lying. When I got into addiction and all of that. But being angry, wrathful, envious of other people whose families didn't, weren't like that. And all the 7 deadly sins. Every single cardinal sin there is. Wanted to be lazy. Wanted to just be a glutton for anything. Medicine, pills, drugs, food, anything. Just all of it. Except for lust. That was one that I think God didn't hit me. Because I didn't want to. That was the one thing I held on to. Was I only wanted to be with people I loved, That was the one thing, the one dignity, and my dad even told me that. He said, I've seen you do absolutely everything, but you have never used your body as a tool. You have never been out there with a bunch of different guys, and I'm so proud of you for that, because you could have easily done that. You could have easily, you're a beautiful girl, Samantha, and you could have easily used that as currency. And you didn't, and I'm so proud of you. I did get my dad back, but I do understand watching someone young go through the most scary, difficult, painful experience of their life and come out of it and change. And I got my dad back, you know. I love that man. He's gone. He's gone. But the last years of his life, you guys, were the best I've ever had. It was a beautiful time for us. I'd never had a relationship with my dad like that. At the end, one of the last things he ever told me was he would not be more proud of me if I'd become a neurosurgeon. He said, I cannot even begin to tell you how proud I am of you. Because you saved your life. And I get to be with you. So anyways, I'm going to stop crying now. I miss him, you know. I miss him. Dang it. I always cry. I'm so sorry. I'm such a crying baby. Anyways. It happens upon all of us, and it's how you deal with it, you know. I learned a lot from that experience. I learned a lot. Okay, you guys. I love y'all. Thank you so much. This was amazing. This was emotional for me again. Don't you know it? Samantha cried. Ugh. So embarrassing. I cry so much. I'm so sorry, you guys. Like, really, honestly. I'm sorry that I'm so emotional. I'm a big crybaby. Anyway, that was a beautiful song. I absolutely loved it. Y'all are always right every single time. No matter what. Alright, let's go over our members again. Let's go with Paul, Bjorn, Pleb with the Mustache, sorry, Tim and Michaela, Tim S., Michael C., Coffee with Kyle, Christelle S., Tara Norway, and Injectillo 44. We love you guys so much. I love you guys so much. And, you know who else I love? My subscribers. Because 82% of you that are looking at my constantly crying and overly emotional face are not subscribed. So please, if you really enjoyed this, remember to the freest thing you can do for this channel that will help push it so far is that like, that comment, that subscribe, especially the like and subscribe. And this is our Cash App. If you ever want to leave a tip, no pressure, but if you ever do, PayPal is done with me. So here it is, right here. And there is Pleb with a Mustache, Tim and Michaela's page. They do anime, card games, board games. Sometimes they do giveaways, so I'd run on over there if I were you. And you can always do these super comments, super stickers, super stuff. I can't even remember. Anyways, you could do that, and we would always appreciate it, you guys. Oh, man, my brain right now. Alright, I love you guys so much. Y'all are so amazing. This song was amazing. I will see y'all in the next day or two. I love y'all. Bye.